Kai was 26. His fiancée left him 3 weeks before the wedding for someone with more money. His so-called friends celebrated behind his back. His own family whispered about how he'd never amount to anything. He was broke, broken, and invisible to everyone who mattered. The old Kai would have begged for her back, would have tried to prove himself to people who already wrote him off, would have posted gym selfies and motivational quotes, desperate for validation. But Kai discovered something that changed everything. He activated ghost mode. 18 months later, his ex was calling him crying, saying she made the biggest mistake of her life. Those same friends were asking him for business advice. His family was bragging about his success to neighbors. Complete strangers were asking who he was and how he built what he built. But here's the deadly part. Kai never posted about his journey, never announced his wins, never sought revenge. He simply erased himself from their world and rebuilt in absolute silence. When he returned, he wasn't just different, he was dangerous. That's the power of ghost mode, and I'm about to show you exactly how to weaponize it. Listen to me carefully. Ghost mode is the only way to rebuild the masculine identity, because real power starts in silence, not noise. Every man watching this right now falls into one of these categories. You're lost, you're ignored, you're heartbroken, you're undisciplined, or you feel weak. Maybe all 5. I've been there. I've helped thousands of men escape this prison, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. But first, you need to understand what ghost mode really is. The reason you're stuck is because you're playing by their rules. You're seeking validation from people who don't deserve to witness your comeback. You're posting your workouts, announcing your goals, telling everyone about your new chapter. And what happens? They laugh. They doubt. They sabotage. They remind you of your failures. You know what the most successful men in history had in common? They worked in silence. They built empires while others were making noise. They understood that true power doesn't announce itself, it reveals itself. But society has convinced you that you need to broadcast every move. Social media has turned your transformation into a performance. Your phone has become a validation-seeking device instead of a tool for growth. That ends today. Because while everyone else is posting about their 2024 glow-up, you're going to disappear completely and return as someone they won't even recognize. Here's your opportunity switch moment. What if I told you that the most powerful men in the world, the ones who built billion-dollar companies, the ones who attract the highest value women, the ones who command respect wherever they go, they all follow one principle. They move in silence. This isn't about hiding. This isn't about being a hermit. This is about ghost mode, the strategic disappearance that turns you into a legend. Ghost mode has 3 phases. Phase 1, the vanishing. You disappear from everyone's radar. No social media updates about your gym sessions. No announcements about your new goals. No explaining your absence to people who never truly supported you anyway. You become a ghost to your old life. Phase 2, the rebuilding. While they're wondering where you went, you're rebuilding everything. Your body, your mind, your skills, your bank account, your standards, your entire identity. But you do it in complete silence. No documentation, no validation seeking, just pure, focused work. Phase 3, the revelation. You return, not with an announcement, not with a post, not with an explanation. You simply show up as the man you've built yourself to become. And a shock on their faces. That's the coolest revenge you'll ever experience. Here's what Kai did, and what you need to do. He deleted social media for 18 months. He told no one about his workout plan. He didn't announce his side business. He didn't explain why he stopped going to parties or hanging out with energy vampires. He just vanished. And while they were living their same mediocre lives, talking about the same problems, making the same excuses, Kai was in the gym at 4 a.m., learning high-income skills in the shadows, building his empire in complete secrecy, reading psychology books instead of scrolling feeds, becoming a predator instead of prey. When he resurfaced, he was unrecognizable. Physically, mentally, financially, spiritually, a completely different species of man. I've seen this transformation happen thousands of times. Men who were invisible become magnetic. Men who were broke become wealthy. Men who were weak become warriors. Men who were ignored become impossible to ignore. But here's what they all have in common. They stopped seeking permission and started taking action. They stopped announcing their moves and started making them. They understood that ghost mode isn't about hiding from the world. It's about hiding from distraction while you build your empire. The men who subscribe to this channel don't just watch content. They implement it. They don't just learn about ghost mode. They live it. They don't just talk about masculine transformation. They become it. That's who you're becoming. Not just another guy watching self-improvement videos, but a man who operates in silence and lets his results speak for themselves. Right now, you're operating from a weak identity. You're the guy who talks about change, but never changes. You're the guy who starts strong, but quits when it gets hard. You're the guy who seeks validation from people who don't even respect you. But that version of you dies today. From this moment forward, you're not just a subscriber to a YouTube channel. You're not just another guy trying to improve himself. You're a ghost mode operative. You're a man who moves in silence and strikes with precision. You're someone who understands that real power doesn't need an audience. When you hit that subscribe button, you're not just following content. You're joining a brotherhood of men who are rebuilding their masculine identity the right way. In silence. With discipline. With purpose. This channel isn't for everyone. It's not for men who want quick fixes or easy answers. It's not for men who need their hand held or their ego stroked. It's for men who are ready to do the hard work in silence and let their transformation speak for itself. Here's what happens next. You subscribe to this channel because you're ready to activate ghost mode in your own life. You hit that notification bell because you're committed to the process, not just the idea of change. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to show you exactly how to implement each phase of ghost mode, how to disappear strategically, how to rebuild systematically, how to return powerfully. I'm going to give you the exact blueprint that Kai used, that thousands of men have used, that will work for you if you're ruthless enough to follow it. But remember, ghost mode is the only way to rebuild the masculine identity, because real power starts in silence, not noise. The question is, are you ready to disappear and become the man they never saw coming? Subscribe now. Your revenge starts with silence. Remember, they'll notice your absence, but they'll never forget your return. Welcome to Ghost Mode.